Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, after 100 days in office, President William Samoei Ruto is going to have his first media interview from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., which will be hosted by Daniel Kitu and Michael Ngele. So, from 7 p.m., expect William Samoei Ruto on your screens, giving up a plan, implementation, and facts, according to what Dennis Itumbi has also shared about his government. I don't know what we're expecting from William Samoei Ruto's interview, but maybe you can tell me in the comment section, and I would want to know how many people are ready to listen to William Samoei Ruto 2 hours interview. It's going to be 2 hours interview. I don't know how many people are ready to listen to the president. But then the big question people are asking now, kuna kelele huko nje watoto wanapiga, but we just have to do this one. So I'm sorry for that. I apologize, but we just have to continue. So the big question people are asking, why interview now? What is this new thing that Ruto want to tell Kenyans after 100 days in office? And for me, I can try and give my thinking on what William Samoei Ruto is going to tell Kenyans on this interview. Because this is a deputy president we knew, now the president, and we can understand how Ruto has been doing his brand of politics. The first reason why Ruto is coming for this interview, before we talk about what he might talk, is simply because he has realized that Kenyans are not happy the way he's running this country. People are rejecting William Samoei Ruto after 100 days in office. His own people in Rift Valley are regretting for voting for William Samoei Ruto. Mount Kenya is also regretting why they voted for William Ruto. People are now commenting like that. If you check anywhere they mention Ruto, you will hear people saying that I regret voting for Ruto. Despite the fact that Ruto has been using lies in his campaign, people never thought that he will go this much far to lie to Kenyans, then end up doing something differently. So because of rejection from Kenyans, Ruto want to try and create a perception which will be different from the current views Kenyans are having about him and his government. That's why Ruto is coming in the media today to speak to you. Now, the reality is that Ruto decided to discipline the poor of the poorest, by removing all the subsidy from food, basic needs, electricity. You can name all of them. He removed all of them, to an extent of even punishing wazee in this country. Kulikuwa na pesa za wazee. And I saw one of my friends in the comment section saying that the most affected people in this country are the elders from Mount Kenya region. Because if you check on statistics, you will discover that most of the wazees from Mount Kenya region, many of them were enrolled for the pesa ya wazee. So they were most affected people. So many things like those ones. So because of this, Ruto is going to come with a new narrative to make sure that he is continuously promising Kenyans as if he will deliver tomorrow. So expect more promises from William Ruto. He's going to promise, he's going to lie without blinking an eye, just to make sure that he manages to convince and confuse people in this country to believe that his government is working. Because if I ask anything good you have experienced from William Ruto's government, I don't know if there is any. You can tell me in the comment section. But for me, I don't see anything positive from this government after 100 days. All I'm seeing, people are just wailing, people are crying, people are in bitterness. Bitterness to an extent now, you see they want to import rice and maize to this country, and yet we have farmers in Rift Valley and Mount Kenya who have harvested their produce, but they don't have market. And someone is taking money from this country to import product outside. I don't know how well and good is our dollar reservation in this country. The shilling is losing value because importation is too much. We don't export, we are just importing. So the shilling is even losing value. Farmers are having no return for their produce, no guaranteed minimum return. Gachagua is only just giving rhetoric, but he don't convince or even advise the president accordingly. Instead, he has decided to play politics. So because of this, economy has totally failed. So tarajia Ruto ambaye anakuja kuendelea kupeana hopes, not hope, wanaita namna gani? Promises. He's just simply coming to give more promises to Kenyans so that, and you know, when he gives promises, people normally believe sometimes that it will just happen. I don't know if Kenyans will continue to believe him. And if Ruto is serious in his government, he should watch carefully the interview he's going to have. How many people will take their time to listen to him? Because you know, if you are doing positive things, progressive, you are touching people directly, they will listen to you to understand what new plan do you have for them. But if you have totally failed people, they will rather keep off from radio and their screen, do other things rather than listening to you. So I know this interview will not be popular. Few people will take their time to listen to William Ruto, but majority will not have time for William Samoei Ruto because totally nothing positive you can find from Ruto's administration. The same way he was promising 9 stadiums in 6 months' time, he will continue to promise. The same way he was promising laptop to students, he will still continue to promise. The same way he promised the jobs, he came and removed kazi mtaani. Akaambia vijana waende kufanya mjengo. He will continue to promise as if his government will deliver jobs to the youth. Saizi gharama ya electricity imekuwa juu. That means you are literally chasing away investors in this country because of high cost of input. If you want to run a factory, if you want to run any industry, you cannot because it's so much expensive. That means he's already killing job opportunities in this country. So how do you create employment once you're doing all this? The only people who will be smiling are the big boys in the house. He started with the Uhuru Kenyatta, he came to Musalia Mudavadi, he came to Wetangula, akaenda mpaka akina Mutula I don't know. Huyu governor alikuwa wa Machakos, Alfred Mutua, akaenda hivyo. He gifted all the people who are working with him, and now even he want to create an office for Raila Odinga. But Raila has said no, he don't want. So you see, even he's begging Raila to create an office for him. But the common mwananchi Wanjiku, up to now, he's sleeping hungry. I don't know how will he answer the questions about taking food from this country, sending out to Somalia and South Sudan, yet people are dying from hunger in Turkana. Atajibu aje maswali kama hayo? How? Because Ruto want to look good in the eyes of international community, but then at the end of the day, it end up backfiring on him when they learn that he's taking food out, yet we have Kenyans who are dying somewhere in Turkana, northeastern, lower eastern. So it's very funny. People depending on NGOs to provide food, but the same president taking food outside. Then Gachagua comes in, asks Kenyans to contribute money so that they can get food, buy for those starving. Anapeana pay bill. So imekuwa ni serikali ya kunyanyasa na kukamua wananchi wa kawaida kwa manufaa yao. So Ruto tu anakuja kujitetea. There is no plan he is going to explain to Kenyans what is planning. There is no any implementation he has. The fact that Dennis Itumbi is talking about is all about creating lies that look like truth. So he will come with all those lies to convince and confuse people so that they will see like as if he is working. For example, when you talk about the issue to do with the fertilizer, it looked like he has come with a subsidy. But indeed it was so expensive. That is William Ruto for you. So for me, there's nothing good I'm expecting from Ruto's interview rather than creating lies which will look like truth to build a perception as if he is working, yet we know who William Ruto is and what exactly is happening at the State House.